And so what we thought we would do is that if this gene disappeared 24 hours later, okay, they would be gone after a week. But if this is genes that did not disappear 24 hours later, but they were gone 7 days later. So we think that those are the cells that are no longer being made by neoblast, and those are transitory cells on their way to terminal differentiation. And so what we thought we would do is that we'll look at these particular cells and then see whether or not they are expressing these genes at different locations. And so present there, 24 hours of radiation. You see them right here. Look like they do this on. There's a G1 here. The genes expressed in this neoblast. Now we ask, what happens to the next station is when we see it now, the door to the bottom side will be the genes that we think are expressed in the transfer will be your reaction. Please change your course to zero line local limit, the Versace stop line, and the Versace stop line. This is a permanent and a single marker that allows us to go to 12 on the top. So that allows us to identify the first lineage of stem cells and polymerases, which we essentially just show in diagrammatic form. We have molecules associated with stem cells, molecules associated with the post-mitotic division protein, which is early 24 hours after irradiation, and these are the markers that appear after 24 hours and the cell begin to go on in their march to differentiation to give rise to either skin or epidermis rather, muscle, neurons, and so forth. So using these tools and using this approach, we have begun to decorate the diversity of phase, the diversity of cell types that are present in this organism. More recently, however, new technology has become available to actually do this at a much higher level of resolution. And that's shown right here. This is work again from Pascal Circle scientists in the lab in Redeem, where they essentially looked at 96 genes and 96 cells, which are essentially shown right here. And when they test these individual cells against 96 genes, they identify subpopulations of neoplasms that were expressing specific genes at any given time, suggesting that even though all of the neoplasms are expressing TB, there's some populations within that TB positive cell population that are expressing other specific markers that probably are going to dictate the shape that these cells are going to take on the regular homeostasis to give rise to protein structures. So I think that in the next few years we're going to see a boom in our understanding of how these different cell types are specified and regulated to produce the right type and the right number of cells under both homeostatic conditions and regenerative conditions in the marriage. And by doing so, inform how stem cells do what they do in the animal kingdom, perhaps even the plant kingdom, but that remains to be determined. So what do these cells do? You know, they just sit there, we see them essentially just sitting in tissue. And so we want to know what kind of behavior do they exhibit. And to do that, we took advantage of a really, really interesting experimental paradigm that was devised, believe it or not, in 1945, 1946 in Paris after World War II by a chemical professor. I want to walk you through this process. This is what they did. I just saw something to do with the They took animals that are well typed, they took animals that were irradiated and neoplasm, they removed tissue from the donor, transplanted to the one type and asked the question, those tissue that have neoplasm, can we actually rescue the irradiated? So you do that, if you transplant irradiated tissue into the irradiated animal, no problem, it's what you would expect, there's no neoplasm. However, you don't transplant tissue that irradiated animal, just the animal gets older, it's very growing, but it actually rescues the animal. So you have after 30 days, they're still alive, you have an actual chance of perfectly recall just by the transplantation, just the tissue that is implanted, the neoplasm within it, can actually repopulate the irradiated tissue and rescue the animal. This is a way that you don't transplant tissue from sexually reproducing animals into the sexually reproducing animal can be sexually reproducing animals transporting a sexual animal into a sexual animal. So we can tell the differences by looking at the chromosomes, and essentially what we do is we take an irradiated sexual animal on the host, and we take a sexual monotype animal on the host on the cell, and we find essentially that not only does it rescue a sexually reproducing animal, it actually transforms it into a hermaphroditic sexual animal. So that's really important for us to know because that tells us that the stem cell, the neoblast, can give rise not only to the somatic tissue, but also to the germ line, suggesting that these cells are as close to a fully formed stem cell as you can possibly get in the animal kingdom, and makes it even more interesting to try to understand, because it might help us understand and dissect the processes by which these cells control reproduction. So how do they populate the tissue? I mean, you're transplanting them into an animal, and the question is, they're all differentiated. Do they move? Do they just migrate So this is the work of the guys in the lab at the time of Miracle that essentially use the tools that we identified with those genes in the files, they can less the protein, and then we can follow the fate of these cells. So here's an irradiated animal that we see in the graph. Here's the graph with the normal long-type tissue. All the blue dots are stem cells with the TB marker. And now we ask the question, what happens behind 3 days, 4 days, all the way up to 12 days post-transplantation of TB? What we can see here is that, like an epicenter, the cells begin to migrate radially to repopulate the animal. So the cells can move, okay? And that's how they rescue the tissue, which is really important for us to know. That we undifferentiated they appear hovering, not very fast, but they're moving at some rate. So now we can ask the question, do they move as they proliferate, or do they move as they proliferate? So we use this marker that labels mitotic activity. Here's the animal with the graph. Here's the activity of proliferation. As you can see, what happens is that the cells are migrating out of the tissue. You see tissue gets shattered. You can see positive cells in the pre-existing mammalian tissue, and those are cells that are divine. So they're essentially just expanding and repopulating the and here comes the question. Okay, this is the greatest experiment that Pascal Chandewar and his team working on. Now we can ask the question of forms. So they really migrate. Okay, can we come up with an experimental curve that allows to measure this? And this is the release of this part. What they decided to do was take up an area and put a little shield of lead on top of it. And expose the head and the tail to lethal irradiation. That should essentially eliminate all the neoplastic in the tail. And now you ask the question, do the protective cells in the center of the animal, do the down travel until the serum to repopulate the species from rescue? So that's discussion. So on the pressure cells, they're protected by the lead. What do they do? So we repeated the experiment, we made this little bridge in lead. And so now, here the animals are subjected to radiation, the serum to serum is subjected to radiation, the center was protected by the lead. As you can see already, this is like the head, for example, this organism right here, having a visual, they're not being impressed by the neoplasm. So now we can ask the question with the partners, what are they doing? You see here, the neoplasm are there, the head and the tail, what happens with time? These are the cells that migrate home. The tissue begins to fall apart. And even though the tissues are falling apart, neoplasms are stationary. They're not migrating home. Then we ask the question, well, what happens to the what happens if we now take this animal, put it in the middle, and decapitate? We'll decapitation now forces cells to mobilize and repopulate that. And when we do that, by decapitating the animals, so there's no amputation, here's the wavefront of the neoplasm, and when we remove the head, now we can see cells essentially present right near the middle of the tissue, suggesting that they were migrating. Not only are they migrating, they're migrating directionally, because if you look at the tail, you see no migration of the cells towards the tail. So the neoplasm can actually be mobilized. And this is an attribute of stem cells in planaris which we're not aware of. And it's really important for us to be aware of in order for us to understand what the cells are sensing in the environment to allow them to mount a regenerative response. So this study then allows us to conclude that neoplasms migrate when animals are wounded. There's a precept through and through bridge of circular integrity, and the migration of the cell appears to be directional. So it's not just a random walk, it is directional. That suggests that the thermal amputation is sending a very powerful specific signal for the cells to mobilize to that particular location. The final thing I want to share with you about neoplasms is a really surprising discovery that we were not anticipating today. We wanted to really preserve cell division because we know this early on cells are dividing, and so we thought that, well, why not? If we modulate this, we should modulate the ability of the cells to make different tissue types. And so this was a collaboration between the laboratories, my laboratory, the laboratory of Lars Marshall and the CSF, where very talented postdoctoral scientists, Guleda Sensodet, wanted to find out how the cilia in organisms is constructed and regulated. So we know, as I told you earlier, that these are the only cells that divide in planarians, this is neoplasm telophase, and to divide, we need to form these centriolar structures that you can to separate from So we thought, what's that? So we looked a little deeper and we realized that there are at least two types of cell division, so both centrosomal and acentrosomal. This is the type of cell division you see in the germ cells, the ones who produce gametes. They don't require centrioles, and the tips of the acids for separation from the cells. And when we look at planaris, essentially, we see that there are centrioles, they're associated with cilia, they're associated with the acids, but they are not really required at all. So we're taking a question of examples. So look at these components right here, SALS4 and BRD4, the vaccines are generated, but genes that affect the cell cycle prevent the plasma formation. And when you end up by testing the presence or absence of centrioles using an antibody against this protein, we realize that the neoplasm don't have centrioles. So this is an example, for the first time ever, of an animal that does cell division, mitotic cell division, without centrioles at all. Completely unsuspected. And we look at electron microscopy, we can see the chromosomes, we can see the spindle fold, we can see this pericentrial matrix, there are no centrioles in this cell division. So as I said, this is the first demonstration of the centrioles in an essential for animal mitosis, and I would like to suggest there's probably going to be true for other organisms as well, and that this acentrial cell division is common to meiosis than mitosis, even though planaris are really just doing mitosis, as far as we can tell. Alright, so how are neoplasms then regulated to produce the right type and number of cells to maintain animal protein function? So I've been telling you all along, but if you come to animals into three fragments, the head fragment has no parents. It has to take some neoplasms, co-opt them in a way that produces parents such that you can complete regeneration of a complete animal. In killing the same way, you have to generate a head, generate a parent, and allow the animal to regenerate into a complete organism. The same thing is true for the kill. Okay? So how does it do it? It's not just the types of the location, the position of the tissues, but we also know there's signaling events at the anterior end and the posterior end, which are not inherently associated by the amputated guard. So now it's probably now is to activate this posterior signal for the animal anterior signal. It's not clear to us how this is done. So we would like to suggest that this type of regulation is essentially going to be based on what state of termination or differentiation is neoplasm inside the middle of the animal. Right now, the fundamental is that this neoplasm, essentially assuming we're applying specific things, is what we refer to as a determination model. When we put on the stem cell, with a specialized in specialized to
The next
produce the necessary cells after injury.
The doors on the right
Eventually, once all
side
that is
will
repaired,
open.
it returns to home station
The
again.
sound after Team
It is really hard
will
to
be the handoff. Please take your floor the Zero Line local products, the Yamaha line, the Shonan Series line, the Saito line, the Orasan line, the Keio line, the Marunochi Subway line, the Shinjuku Subway line, and the Oedo Subway line.
committed to one particular state, but they're essentially entering and exiting a particular state probably. That allows for a tremendous degree of plasticity, so that depending on the context, if an animal is amputated, and that cell was in this particular form, you can actually come out of it, and then through the signals of amputation, you channel it in a specific way. So they're not really all in specific channels that are determined, I think, not interchangeable, but it's a process of which are coming in and out. So we would like to, in the near future, to visualize this. Assuming we are not the same unit pattern, can actually turn off different genes associated with different patients. And that's the case then, the correlation model will have evidence to support that. So that's what we have learned in a nutshell about the neoblast. There's much more that we need to figure out. Essentially, how you control the numbers of neoblasts in the animal, how you control the patient itself, of the both homeostatic and duration conditions. And I think the years ahead will provide us with a really clear understanding of how stem cells actually work as it were in an adult organism in people. My name is Alejandro Sanchez Alvarado. I am an investigator in the Institute for Medical Research, as well as the Howard Hughes Medical Center. And what I would like to share with you today, next few slides, is a way to make the argument why we need to expand the numbers of model systems in order for us to understand not just life, but also human biology and the diseases that affect us. And so for that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this idea of the origin and diversity of animals. We all know that there's an immense diversity of organisms out there. We all know about the principles of evolution and how we are related to each other by very, very deep associations with the origins of particular genes in the body. But even though we know all this, we know that it's possible. We really don't know what is possible in nature as it is right now. And the reason for that is because the nature of biomedical research is not really allowing us to actually look. We have to actually do the work with the systems that are available to us in order to ask questions that we think are relevant to understanding our own life as human beings, as well as life in general as a phenomenon that happens on this planet. So I'm going to give you an example of what I mean by this. So we have studied very, very species so far of the immense diversity of organisms that are present in the globe. And the main organisms we've used, that the NIH and other funding agencies have invested a huge amount of resources for us to understand and use as best we can to generate a knowledge and understanding about local processes and understand the right. We have incredibly powerful model systems that have, in the future, a very profound understanding of biology, starting from humans, frogs, chips, and of course the zebrafish as the representatives of the vertebrate world. And they are all being used in large numbers of laboratories, not just in the US, but across the world, to ask the questions essentially of what is life, how does it arise, and what happens when it goes wrong, and we understand those mechanisms. Part of the process in trying to understand life has also involved the utilization and understanding of invertebrate model systems, which I'm showing you right here, C. elegans and Drosophila, that are an incredibly set of organisms to ask genetic questions associated with complex biological processes. So what we've learned from these animals is immense. Or at least we feel that way because we have now reached a level of understanding of certain biological processes that our predecessors would just envy and would not be able to rival by any amount of experimentation at the time and observation at the time. But that's what we know. Those are the systems that we use. Not 7 model systems in general. Give or take a couple more. But it would be interesting to know and to get an appreciation of what is already possible out there by just simply studying nature, by doing what I refer to as inductive inquiry, which is not necessarily what we do in the lab today, which is what we hypothesis during research. And inductive inquiry, essentially, gets called fishing expeditions and a few other monikers that will make it very exciting and of course make it very fun because this exploration is curiosity driven perhaps, but it's essentially not being buttressed by some hypothesis that will allow you to explore this diversity of nature. So I'm going to start by giving an example. Let's start first. So unicellular organisms, okay, that are no near similar to us. Unicellular, and then one that's most famous, of course, is the honey. This is about 40 to 48 microns in diameter. These organisms were selected for investigation many years ago because they displayed some really interesting biological attributes that made them vulnerable to experimentation and first understand major principles of life. And so from a single prototype organism, we were able to extract the following information. Ribosome were discovered in proteins. It's actually resulted in a novel process. Telomeres of glider, Blackburn, Shostak, and others also resulted in a novel process. A single unicellular organism producing 2 novel processes already. And probably many more to come. Because the first molecular motor was discovered in Petahanian as well, James Blood, 1965. And then of course, the system modifications and epigenetics, the first demonstration this was happening by Alice in 1979 also. What's interesting about this is that this is really esoteric science. But all of this research was actually funded initially by the NIH, the National Institute of General Medical Sciences. Every single one of these bold proposals to do integrate an organism that is living up there. In fact, as a single protus, resulted in something that provided us with tremendous understanding of biological first principles. Okay? So what that suggests to me essentially is that things have changed a little bit, because if you were to come up with a single organism like this and propose to investigate this research, the likelihood of success right now would be pretty low. I mean, that's been the experience of many of my colleagues, primarily because we think that we have enough model systems available to us to ask all the questions we need to ask. Okay, fair. We can assume that that's the case. But what if I were to tell you that this is what we think protists look like, right? We know what is possible in the protist world. The small things, microscopic, ranging in size from 40 to 48 microns. What if I show you this other organism, which is about 20 centimeters in size, and it's also a protist? It's a Syringomida fragilisima. So the phenotypic unit in space that a single cell organism can occupy goes essentially 45,000-fold difference